Hello, good morning students. How are you? I hope you will be good. Alright, so today we are going to discuss the very important chapter, that is electrostatics, and that is the unit number 1, and the first chapter is the electric charges and field. And in this in previous classes we have discussed what is electrostatics and what is the Coulomb's law, etc., etc. So today's class is basically focused on numericals. So today I am going to discuss the numerical problems. Okay, as you know, the numerical problems are very important, and most of the students are little afraid of solving the numerical problems. So you will find it will be very easy to solve the questions. Okay, so I will try to clarify your concepts so that you will feel comfortable while solving the numerical problems. So today we will be covering the numerical problems basically on the two topics, that is the quantization of charge and the Coulomb's law. Clear? So let us start. Now you know quantization of the charge, right? So the very first formula of the syllabus says, according to quantization law, the total charge Q possessed by a body or object, okay, is equal to plus minus NE, where N is the integer and E is the charge on electron. So the N may have any value 1, 2, 3, etc., and E is the charge on electron, which is of course of negative nature, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. So the today's major topic is Q is equal to NE, that is the quantization of charge. So we are going to take some numerical problems, alright, and of course the second topic will be the numericals on Coulomb's law as well. And please remember, because it is the 12th board class, okay, so it's very important class for everyone. And because majority of you may be preparing for the NEET examination or IIT JEE, okay, and of course CBS is there. So I will be majorly covering the numericals based on the competitive examination, that is NEET and IIT JEE, and of course CBSE. So whatever the questions I will discuss, they are already being asked in one or the other year, in the board examination or the NEET examination or the competitive other exam like IIT JEE. Alright, so now let me start with the very first question. So question number 1. As you know, when we rub the two objects, okay, so there is a possibility of transfer of the charge. So the question says, when a polythene piece is rubbed with wool, so the wool will transfer the electrons to the polythene bag or polythene piece. So question says, when the polythene piece is rubbed with wool, so wool is transferring the electrons on polythene piece or bag. The charge acquired by the polythene bag is minus 4.8 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulombs. Say for example like this. So the question is, how many electrons are being transferred from wool to polythene? This is one question. And if the electrons are being transferred, so is mass transferred? If yes, then how much? So question is like this, that is when the polythene piece or bag is rubbed with wool, then wool is transferring the electrons to the polythene bag, and the charge acquired by the polythene piece or bag is this much coulomb. We have to find out the total number of the electrons transferred and also the mass transferred, if any. Clear? So it's very simple. As I suggested you, told you, that is a major formula is Q is equal to NE. Now remember, it is very easy for us to solve any numerical problem if we know the relevant formula. So please read the question, note down the data given and the data which is to be calculated. So here I know when they were rubbed each other, okay, so charge transferred is this. Alright. So the question says the charge acquired by the polyethylene, because anything which is acquiring the charge means that is electron. So electron being negative, its charge will be negative. Clear? So I know the charge. I know the charge on electron. So therefore I can easily find out the number of electrons transferred. Okay. So we will say that since the Q is equal to Ne, so therefore the number of electrons transferred N will be equal to Q by E. So Q we know already, minus 4.8 into 10 to the power minus 7, and the charge on electron is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Negative get cancelled, decimal also get cancelled. So you will see it is 4 into, because 16 4s are 48. 16 3s are 48, sorry. So that is 3 into 10 raised to the power is minus 7, it is minus 19, so it becomes plus 12. Alright, so therefore the number of electron transferred, okay, from wool to polythene will be 3 into 10 to the power 12 positive. Alright, so the first part of the question is answered. How many electrons transferred? This. Now the question is mass transferred? Yes, because each electron possesses its own mass. So we know that since mass of an electron is equal to how much? It is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. So if the one electron possesses this much mass, so these many electrons will possess that much times. So therefore we can say that is the total mass transferred. Total mass transferred, that is capital M, will be equal to the mass of single electron into the number of electrons transferred. And mass of single electron is 9.1, 10 raised to the power minus 31 into this 3 into 10 raised to the power 12. So multiply this, 3 1 ja 3, 3 9 ja 27, and into 10 raised to the power, this is 31, this is 12. So how much? Minus 19. If you take one decimal this side, so it may be 2.73 into 10 to the minus 18. And because it is the mass, so never forget to put the unit. So therefore mass transferred will be 2.73 into 10 to the minus 18 kilogram. Is it clear? So this is the first question based on the quantization of the charge. Don't you think it is interesting? We have simply used this formula, Q is equal to Ne. E was known to us, Q is given, so it is easy to find out N, and as well as we can find out the total mass transferred. Okay, so we can take now the new question, that is, suppose you have very simple question. So we will proceed from simpler to little the harder and then challenging questions. Okay, so slowly and gradually we will increase the difficulty level. So that is the charge on electron, that is QE. Just now we have written, or we know it is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and the other way around there is a 1 coulomb charge. Alright, so very simple question, and don't see it's so simple, it has been asked already in CBSE. So question may be, that is, which is bigger, whether the charge on an electron is bigger than 1 coulomb or vice versa. So out of the two we have to identify which is the bigger charge, and how many elementary particles are there in 1 coulomb of the charge. So if you see this, though by numerical value it seems okay, it may have some greater value, but no. If you see the order of the charge on the electron is of 10 to the minus 19, so it is very 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 low. However, 1 coulomb is not having any negative value like this. Okay, so minus 19 means 1.6 divided by, right, that is 1901, and the 19 or 18 zeros. So obviously here you can easily say that out of this and this, 1 coulomb charge is always greater than the charge on an electron. The first part is answered. Now the second is how many elementary particles may be there in or electron are there in 1 coulomb. Elementary particles means electron, proton, etc. Okay. So we can use this formula, Q is equal to Ne. So N will be equal to Q upon E. The charge is nothing but 1 coulomb and charge on electron is 1.6 in 10 to the minus 19. So the moment we will simplify, you will come across 6.25 into 10 to the positive 18. Because this 19 will go up, so positive 19, right? But 1, and 1 0 will be there, okay? So it is very easy to solve. Fine. So therefore the number of elementary particles in 1 coulomb of charge are this 6.25 into 10 to the power 18. So please note them, okay? It's very easy for you, important. Alright, so we can take other questions as well, alright. Okay. So I think it is understood by you very well, okay. Now the question says, there is some charge body. So let us take, this is question number 3. So a charge body is releasing 10 raised to power 9 electrons per second. Okay, so there is a body which is giving out the 10 to the power 9 electrons every second. So how much time the body will take to give out 1 coulomb of charge? So we have to find out the time to release a charge of 1 coulomb. Think. So these many electrons are transferred per second. So once the number of electrons are known to us, we can find out even how much charge is transferred per second. Clear? Because Q is equal to Ne. Alright, so let us see, that is the total charge. So solution will be like this. The total charge on 10 to the power 9 electrons, Q will be equal to how much? N into E. So how many electrons are there? 10 raised to the power 9. Charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Simplify it. So 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 10, because plus 9 and minus 19. So that means this much charge, meaning thereby any body which is releasing or giving out 10 to the power 9 electrons per second. Clear? Right. That means the charge given out per second will be this. So you can write in a statement form, meaning that since 1.6 in 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb charge is given out in how much time? In 1 second, because we need to find out the time to release 1 coulomb of charge. So by unitary method, very simple method, okay. So we know that this much charge if released or given out by the body in 1 second. So therefore you can say 1 coulomb of charge will be released or given out 1 upon, so this term will come down, simple ordinary unitary method, okay, 10 to the power minus 10. So I think we can simplify this, okay. How much? So this is, it goes up, okay. So you will see 10 or rather 100 into 10 to the power positive 9. Though it will be positive 10, but I have 110 I have taken, 1 power like this. So it's 16. So the moment you will solve, okay, so the numerical value may be 6.25. 6.25 into 10 to the power 9. Alright, seconds. So this is very much answer there, okay. So this is in a standard form, right? That is a MK system or SA system. So the body which was releasing 10⁹ electrons per second will take these many seconds in releasing or giving out 1 coulomb of charge. And if you want to convert it into years and all, of course you can proceed further. So that is, the time taken will further be equal to, so we got 6.25 10⁹ seconds. Now, there are, how many days? 365 days in a year. So 365 days, and every day is having 24 hours, and each hour having 60 minutes, and into 60 seconds. Alright, so if we divide this, by that is how many years it may take. So if you want to convert this time into years, so this is the way. In a year there are 365 days, 24 hours, 60 minutes in each hour, and 60 seconds. Alright, so when we will do this, so we come out with this 198.18 years. Though you can leave the answer here itself because it's already SI unit of time. But at times the question may be modified in the board examination or the competitive examination, that is, find the time taken, in years. So accordingly you can convert this time into years. I think it is clear to you. Okay, so now we will take some new question, and that is every day we are having a cup of coffee or cup of tea, right? So on an average we can think that there is a 250 grams of water in a cup. So question says, that is, find the total positive charge or the negative charge in a cup of water. Alright, so this is the question. So on an average we can say, that is, the amount of water in a cup is equal to 250 grams. And what is the water? This is H2O. So therefore, the molecular mass of H2 water is how much? 2 plus 16, that is 18 grams. Alright, so 18 grams will have how many molecules of water? Equal to the Avogadro's number. So therefore you can say, that is, number of molecules in 18 grams of water is equal to the Avogadro's number, alright, which is 6.023 into 10⁻23. So in 18 gram of water, these many molecules are there, but we are having 250. So by unitary method you can find out the number of molecules in 250 grams of water will be equal to 6.023 into 10⁻23 divided by 18 into 250. So simplify this. How much you will get? You will get it as nearly how much? 8.36. 8.36 into 10⁻24. Now how many protons, electrons water possesses? So you will see that 2 in hydrogen and 8 in this. So the number of either protons or electrons in water, they are 2 plus 8, that is 10. Alright, so therefore if these are number of the protons or electrons, so therefore how many protons or electrons will be there in these number of molecules? By unitary method. So therefore we can say the total number of either protons or electrons in 250 grams of water, will be equal to how much? The total number of molecules into the number of protons or electrons, that is 10 into 8.36 into 10⁻24. So therefore this become 8.36 in 10 to the 25. Clear? So now we come across that is these many protons or electrons are present or available in 1 cup of water having 250 grams of water. Clear? So we need to find out how much total positive charge or negative charge is there, right? So then you can easily find out that the total charge, either positive or negative, will be equal to Q is equal to NE. Alright, so N is this, that is 8.36 into 10 to the 25 into the charge on electron, that 10 to the minus 19. So just simplify this, how much you will get? So we will get nearly 1.33 into 10 to the power 7 coulombs. So this is basically the answer. Clear? It was very important and is given in NCERT as well. So frequently asked in examination. Understood? Okay. So basically these were the questions based on the quantization of the charge. So I think we can just wind up the class today. We will be taking the numericals on the Coulomb's law in the next lecture. Okay, so by that time please practice some more questions based on this. All right, so to make yourself more confident. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.